Okay, we've got another Azeroth at War video for you. Got two things to cover. First of all is going to be the roadmap. Then we're going to look over some brand new custom made Murloc animations. So first things first, let's go over here to the roadmap. So this was just put out a day or two ago. So first thing is the August stuff. So this is everything that's planned to come out for the August Beta 2. The name rebrand. So we talked about this in the last video. They're looking to rename Azeroth at War. Do they have the name on here? They don't have the name on it. They're looking to rename it because of the shift from PvP to PvE. And Azeroth at War gives off the connotation that it's going to be a PvP server. Now, that doesn't mean that they're going to get rid of the war theme. The war theme and the lore and the questing and the everything else is still going to be there. There's still going to be plenty of PvP. It's just not going to be open world PvP everywhere. However, they are going to have PvP zones, which is right here, the Lands of Conflict. So, you got your name reband. You're going to have the level 40 to 60 leveling content added because it wasn't added in the last beta. It went up to level 30. Lands of Conflict is the new name for their war zones. So if you're new, what that means is what they plan on doing is every week a group of zones will be flagged for open world PvP, but all the other zones will be PvE and safe. So in that time period, you could do whatever PvP in those specific zones. Then the next week, it reshuffles again. So new zones will be PvP activated, while other zones will not be. So that's going to be the kind of balance of, hey, if you want to roleplay in a specific zone, just avoid this one zone for 1 week, and then the next week you're good to go if you want to go roleplay there. That's what they're trying to do with that, so PvPers can have fun, roleplayers can have fun, PvEers can have fun, and even then, they plan on having actual full-blown PvP zones that are always PvP. They plan on updating battlegrounds, they plan on adding towers to do, so there's going to be a lot of stuff for PvP. It's just not going to be a normal full-on PvP what's it called, server. Let's see, new dungeons. Now that's something I actually have no idea about. They plan on having brand new custom dungeons in beta 2, so that's gonna be interesting. Same thing with battlegrounds. We do know for a fact of one battleground, which is a reskin rather of Eye of the Storm, but it's going to be the battle for Hinterlands, where it's the High Elves versus the Forest Trolls. So we do know if that one is confirmed. I don't know if they're going to be releasing any other ones. New starting zones are just going to be for the races that have not yet gotten their starting zones, such as the Naga and Furbolg. And then new sub-races. Felorc. Felorc was already there, but I know that they're going to implement more. Let's see, what else did they say? Ice Troll has been switched to a sub-race, so it's no longer a main race. Ice Troll will be a sub-race, and there's going to be other ones as well. I just can't remember off the top of my head. Now, going into January, this is going to be the pre-patch, or I guess the stress test before their actual release. This is going to be stress testing the server itself to make sure it doesn't just break all of a sudden. Balancing adjustments. So right now they didn't have it listed here. It might come later, but they are planning for a full-on overhaul to the classes, and the Necromancer, if you played in the last beta, is going to be completely reworked. There's a lot of issues with it. There's some scaling problems, and a lot of people didn't like the fact that you were using up more mana that you could get back from your pet, and it just didn't seem worth it. So there's going to be a lot of like shifting around and fixing of the Necromancer class as well as the other classes. 1 to 60 leveling is going to be all of the content you're going to be able to test, not just a specific section. That's what the betas are for. Roleplay implementations, I do not know what that means at all, unless they plan on adding like roleplay specific areas or something, or events. Other than that, I don't know exactly what that means. New areas, which, okay, we just don't know what or where, but they do have a little picture down there of what's it called? They just showed it off. Undermine. There you go. We're not Undermine, but Kazan. There you go. Kazan. They have actually come out with new pictures as well of Kazan, so we can check that out in a moment. New pets and mounts. I have no idea what pets are mounts, so that's going to be a surprise. And last phase before launch. Okay. And then over here is release. So by this, it looks like they plan to launch the full-on server, if not January, early 2025. That means 1 whole year of developing, adding in the last little bit of stuff that they plan to have for launch, and then actually launching it in 2025. With now this right here, this last list where it says release is everything that they plan to have on release. That's not in addition to what they have over here. So 28 plus races and sub races, role playing, vanilla class overhauls, the necromancer class, new dungeons, 500 and more new quests, new open world zones, which we haven't seen any new zones yet, so we gotta wait and see for that one, and new PvP content, which I just talked about now. So that's for the little roadmap that we have. Close that down. There's my Pal World game. We're gonna go over to here real quick. So we've got brand new animations, custom animations done by Sapora there. He's the one that the server is paying to create all of these custom animations. If you watched my beta gameplay footage, the Naga already has received mount animations, kneeling animations, and other ones, different castings, I think. Jumping, did I say jumping? I don't know. Anyway, so Murloc is the next one on the list. So the Murloc right there, you can see it can now sit. They can now eat while sitting if it loads. Hello? There it is. He sits down and he eats. It kind of looks like troll, like it's a reskinned troll animation, just with how it sits. There's sitting in the chair. And there's sitting in the chair and eating if it loads up. Jesus Christ. There it is. Let's see. They were talking about Kultirans. We'll work on Kultirans later. There's the kneeling animation. And if we scroll down, that's him showing the process. There's the bow animation. It was unsure if they would be hunters or not because they didn't have the bow and gun animations, but now they do, so it looks like they will be confirmed as hunters now. There's the other one with a Wrath of Lich King bow. That's just nightmare fuel. Anyway, I'm going to be type in Gromash because he has put in new pictures of Kazan and Undermine. So let's look at that real quick. Okay, here we go. So this is the in-game map for what's going to be Kazan, and he's already confirmed that it's going to be as close as he can to how it was in, was it Warcraft 2 or Warcraft 3? One of the two. I think it was Warcraft 3, right? So it's going to be as close as to the lore as possible according to the Warcraft 3 and RPG. So we got the Mount Kajaro, you have the Venture Co base camp, the Observatory, Western Shores, Bilgewater Port, which you would remember if you played in Cataclysm, but this is going to be completely different. Then we have other areas as well. Now, he has confirmed there's Bilgewater right there. Now, they used a lot of assets from Booty Bay because he didn't want it to look like the, what did somebody call it in my last video? Salvage punk, where it kind of looked like that weird, like, I don't know, nastiness from how goblins now are in retail, and they're gonna go with just the vanilla look of goblins, which is perfectly fine by me. But what was I gonna say? He did confirm that even though this is going to be a starting zone for the goblins, this zone itself is going to be fully open to both Horde and Alliance outside of the goblin starting zone, and that you will have to be friends with the goblin factions in order to take a boat ride over. There's the mountain right there. It's kind of small looking at it from that angle, but you can see some troll ruins back there. Let's see, there's a picture of the Undermine. There's a teleporter like the one in what's it called? Like the one in Booty Bay, and there's also another one in Gadget-san. There's another picture of it. So those are the few pictures we have so far. He'll probably release more. I'm not quite sure yet. It looks like it's still unfinished, obviously, but you know, I don't know if he's gonna add more from what there is right now in these screenshots. Obviously, he'll add NPCs and stuff, but anyway, we'll see it when we see it. Maybe by the next beta. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of all of this new stuff, from the new maps, the new animations, and everything. I'll see you guys next time.